Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Isaiah 5 to 10, Proverbs 21, and Psalm 5. Let's get started. Let me sing for my beloved, my love song concerning his vineyard. My beloved had a vineyard on a very fertile hill. He dug and cleared it of stones, and planted it with choice vines. He built a watchtower in the midst of it, and herd out of wine fat in it, and he looked for it to yield grapes, but it yielded wild grapes. And now, inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge between me and my vineyard. What more was there to do for my vineyard that I have not done unto in it? When I looked for it to yield grapes, why did it yield wild grapes? And now I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will remove its hedge, and it shall be devoured. I will break down its wall, and it shall be trampled down. I will make it a waste. It shall not be pruned or hoed, and briars and thorns shall grow. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah are his pleasant plenty. They look for justice, but behold bloodshed, and for righteousness, but behold an outcry. Woe to those who join house to house, and who add field to field, until there is no more room, and you are made to dwell in the midst of the land. The Lord has sworn in my hearing. Surely many houses shall be desolate, large and beautiful houses without inhabitant. For 10 acres of vineyard shall yield but one bath, and a home of seed shall yield but an ephah. Woe to those who rise early in the morning, and that they may run after strong drink, who tarry late into the evening as wine inflames them. They have lyre and harp, tambourine and flute and wine at their feet, but they do not regard the deeds of the Lord, or see the work of his hand. Therefore my people go into exile for lack of knowledge, for their honoured men go hungry, and their multitude is parched with thirst. Therefore Sheol has enlarged their appetite, and opened its mouth beyond measure, and the nobility of Jerusalem and her multitude will go down. Her revellers, and he exalted her, and is humble, and each one is brought low, and the eyes of the haughty are brought low. And the Lord of hosts is exalted in justice, and the Holy God shows himself holy in righteousness. And then shall the lambs graze in their pasture, and no man shall eat among the ruins of the rich. Woe to those who draw iniquity with cords of falsehood, who draw sin as with cobwebs, who say, Let him be quick, let him speed his work, that he may see. Let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw near, and let it come, that we may know. Woe to those who call evil good, and good evil. And you put darkness for light, and light for darkness. You put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes, and shrewd in their own sight. Woe to those who are heroes of drinking wine, and valiant men in mixing strong drink, who acquit the guilty for a bribe, and deprive the innocent of his right. Therefore as the tongue of fire devours the stubble, and the dry grass sinks down in the flood, so their root will be as rottenness, and their blossom will go up like dust. For they have rejected the law of the whole Lord of hosts, and have despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Therefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against his people, and he stretched out his hand against them, and shook them, and the mountains quaked, and their corpses were as refuse in the midst of the streets. All this anger has not turned away, and all his hand is stretched out still. And always a signal for nations far away, and whistle for them from the ends of the earth. And behold, quickly, speedily they come. None is weary, none slumbers, nor sleeps. Not a waistband is loose, nor a sandal strap is broken. Their arrows are sharp, all their arrows, but their horses' hoofs seem like flint, and their wheels are like the whirlwind. Their roaring is like a lion, like young lions they roar. They growl and seize their prey, they carry it off, and none can rescue. They'll growl over it on that day, like the growling of the sea. And one looks to the land, and behold, darkness and distress, and light is darkened by its clouds. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting upon the throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him stood the seraphim, each with 6 wings, and with 2 covered his face, and with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he flew. And one called to another and said, Holy, holy is the Lord of hosts, and the whole earth is full of his glory. And the fatness of the threshold shook the doorways of him, and the house was filled with smoke. And I say, Woe is me, for I am lost. I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. And one of the seraphim flew to me, having in his hand a burning coal. He had taken the tongue from the altar. And he touched my mouth and said, Behold, it has touched your lips, your guilt is taken away, and your sin is atoned for. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? Who will go first? Then he said, Here I am, send me. And he said, Go and say to this people, Keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but do not perceive. Make the heart of this people dull, and their ears heavy, and blind their eyes. As they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand in their hearts, and turn and be healed. And he said, How long, O Lord? And he ceased. And he said, Until the seas lie waste, without his house without people. And the land is a desolate waste, and the Lord removes people far away. And the forsaken places are many of them is the land. And there are times where rain, it will be bending like a serpent, or an oak, whose stump or remains when it is found. The holy season is a stump. In the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to wage war against it, and could not yet mount an attack against it. And the house of David was total, serious and late with Ephraim. The heart of Ahaz and the heart of his people shook as the trees of the forest shake before the wind. And the Lord said to Isaac, go out to meet Ahaz, you and Shear Jashub your son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool on the highway to the washer's field. And say to him, be careful, be quiet, do not fear, do not let your heart be faint because of these two smoldering stumps of fibers. And at the fierce anger of Rezin, and the son of Remaliah, because Syria with Ephraim and with the son of Remaliah has devised evil against these things. Let us go up against Jerusalem and terrify Judah and terrify, and let us conquer it for ourselves, and set up the sun to be as king in the midst of it. Thus says the Lord God, it shall not stand, it shall not come to pass. And the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin, and within 65 years Ephraim will be shattered from being a people, and the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is the son of Remaliah. If you are not firm in faith, you will not be firm at all. And again the Lord spoke to Ahaz, ask a sign of the Lord your God, let it be deep as shoulder, high as summer. And Ahaz said, I will not ask, and I will not put the Lord to the test. And he said, hear then, O house of David, it is too low for you to worry, man. Had you worried my goddess, therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. He shall eat curds and honey when he knows how to refuse either evil and choose the good. For the boy knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good. Like those two kings who dwell will be descended. The Lord bring upon it and 100 people and upon your fathers and such days as have not come since the day that Ephraim told him did. The king of Syria, and in that day the Lord whistled for the fly as at the end of the streams of Egypt, and for the bee as in the land of Assyria, and they all come and settle in the steep mead, and the clefts of the rocks, and on all the thorn bushes, and on all the pastures. And in that day the Lord shaved with the rages that is high beyond the river. The king of Assyria, the head of the feet, and will sweep away the Gibeonites. In that day I will keep a young cow and 2 sheep. And because of the abundance of milk, I will heal that they get. He will eat curds, for everyone who is left in the land will eat curds and honey. In that day, every place where there used to be 1,000 miles worth 1,000 shekels of silver will become brazen as bow and arrows. The man will come, therefore all the land will be brazen, and for all the hill that used to be hoed with hoe, you will not come here there for fear of brazen thorns. They will become a place where cattle are let loose and where sheep tread. And the Lord said to me, take a large tablet and write on it in common characters belonging to Meher, Shalal, Hashbaz, and I'll get reliable witnesses, Uriah the priest and Zechariah the son of Jeberechiah to attest for me. And I went to the prophetess, she conceived and bore a son. And the Lord said to me, call her his name Meher, Shalal, Hashbaz, before the boy knows how to cry, thy father or his mother. And the wealth of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria will be carried away before the king of Syria. And the Lord spoke to me again, because these people have refused the waters of Shiloh that flow gently and rejoice over Rezin and the side of Remaliah. Therefore, behold, the Lord is bringing up against them the waters of the river, mighty and many, the king of Assyria in all his glory. And it will rise over all his channels and go over all its banks. And it will sweep on into Judah, it will overflow past it, reaching even to the neck. And its outstretched wings will fill the breath of your land. Emmanuel. Me breaking you peoples and be shattered. Give ye all you falcon, and you strap on your armor and be shattered. Strap on your armor and be shattered. Take counsel together, but it will come to nothing. Seek a way, but it will not stand, for God is with us. And when the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand upon me, and warned me not to walk in the way of this people, saying, do not call conspiracy all that this people calls conspiracy, and do not fear what they fear, and nor be in dread. The Lord has heard me shout on this holly. Let him be your fear, let him be your dread. And he will become a sanctuary and a stone of offense and a rock of stumbling to both houses of Israel, a trap and a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And many shall stumble on it, they shall fall and be broken, they shall be snared and taken. Mind of the testimony, seal the teaching among my disciples. I will wait for the Lord, whose hiding his face on the house of Jacob, and I will hope in him. Behold, I am the children whom the Lord has given me, a signs and portents in Israel from the Lord of hosts, who dwells on Mount Sinai. When they say to you, inquire of the mediums and the necromancers who chirp and mutter, should not a people inquire of their God? Should they inquire of the dead on behalf of the living? To the teaching and to the testimony, if they will not speak according to this word, it is because they have no door. If they will pass through the land, greatly distressed and hungry, and they are hungry, they will be enraged, and will speak contemptuously against the king their God, and turn their faces upward, and they will look unto the earth, and behold, distress and anger, distress and darkness, the gloom of anguish, and they will be thrust in thick darkness. There will be no gloom for her who is in anguish. In the former time he brought into contempt the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and in the latter time he has made glorious the way of the sea, a lamp beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. And people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwell in the land of deep darkness, on them has light shone. You have multiplied the nation. You have increased joy. They rejoice before you as with joy at the heart, and as they are glad when they divide the spoil. For the yoke of his burden and the staff for his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor you have broken as on the day of Midian. For every bit of their trampling warrior in the battle tumult, and every garment rolled in blood, will be burned as fuel for the fire. For to us a child is born, for to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and of peace there will be no end, on the throne of David, and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it. Justice and with righteousness from this time forth and forevermore. As if the Lord of hosts will do this. The Lord sent a word against Jacob, and he will fall on Israel. When all the people will know, Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria, they will say in pride and arrogance of heart, the bricks have fallen, but we will build with dressed stones. The sycamores have been cut down. They will put cedars in their place. That the Lord raises the adversaries of risen against it. It says of his enemies, the Syrians on the east and the Philistines on the west, throughout Israel with open mouth. For all this his anger is not turned away. His hand is stretched out still. The people do not turn to him and strike them, but inquire of the Lord of hosts. So the Lord cut off from Israel head and tail, palm branch and reed in one day. The elder honor man is the head, and the prophet who teaches lies is his tail. For those who guide these people have been leading them astray, and those who are guided by them are swallowed up. Therefore the Lord does not rejoice over the young men, and has no compassion on their fathers and widows. Everyone is godless and an evil dog, and every mouth speaks folly. For all this his anger has not turned away. For his hand is stretched out still, and all weakness burns like a fire. He consumes breeze and thorns. It kindles the thickets of the fire, and they roll upward in columns of smoke. There is the wrath of the Lord of hosts, the land is squashed, and the people are like fuel for the fire. No one spares another. They slice meat on the right, but are still hungry, and they devour on the left, but are not satisfied. Each devours the flesh of his own eye. As it devours Ephraim, and Ephraim devours Manasseh, and they are against you. For all this his anger is not turned away, and his hand is stretched out still. Woe to those who decree iniquitous decree, and the writers who keep writing oppression, and to turn suddenly from justice, and to rob the poor people of their right. That widows may be their spoil, and that they may make the fatherless their prey. What will you do on that day of punishment, and the ruin that will come from afar? To whom will you flee for help? From where will you leave your wealth? Nothing remains but to crouch among the prisoners or fall among the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, and his hand is stretched out still. Woe to Assyria, the rod of my anger, the staff in their hands is my fury. Against the godless nation I send, and against the evil my wrath I command him. To take spoil and seize plunder, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. But he does not so in his hand. His heart is not so thin. It is in heart to destroy him, to cut off nations, not a few. For he says, are not my commanders all kings? Is not Calno like Carchemish? Is not Hamath like Arpad? Is not Samaria like Damascus? As my hand has raised the kingdoms of the idols, whose carved images were greater than those of Jerusalem and Samaria. What shall I not do to Jerusalem and her idols, as I have done to Samaria and her images? And the Lord has finished all his work on Mount Zion and on Jerusalem. He will punish the speech of the arrogant heart of the king of Assyria, and the birds will look in his eyes. For he says, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I have understood. I remove the boundaries of peoples, and plunder their treasures. Like a bull I will bring down those who sit on thrones. My hand has found like an ass, and I will help wealth of the peoples, as one gathers eggs that have been forsaken. So I have gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved a wing that moved away or opened the mouth of chaps. Shall the axe burst over him who hurries with it, or shall the axe magnify itself against him who wields it, as if a rod should wield him who lifts it, or as if a staff should lift him who is not with. Therefore the Lord God of hosts will send him wasting sickness among his stout warriors, and under his glory a burning will be kindled like the burning of a fire, the light of Israel will come fire. His holy one aflame, and it will burn and devour his thorns and breeze in one day. The glory of his forest and his fruitfulness. The Lord will destroy both soul and body, and it will be as when a sick man wastes away the remnant of the trees of his forest. It will be so few that a child can write them down. In that day the remnant of Israel and the survivors of the house of Jacob will no more lean on him who struck them, but will lean on the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Every remnant will return, the remnant of Jacob, to the mighty God. For though your people Israel be as the sand of the sea, and the remnant of them will return. Destruction is decreed, overflowing with righteousness. And the Lord God of hosts will make a full end, as decreed in the midst of all the earth. And therefore thus says the Lord God of hosts, O my people who dwell in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrians when they strike with the rod and lift up their staff against you, as the Egyptians did, for in a very little while my fury will come to an end, and my anger will be directed to their destruction. And the Lord of hosts will wield against them a whip, as when he struck Midian at the rock of Horeb. And his staff will be over the sea, and he will lift it as he did in Egypt. And in that day his burden will depart from your shoulder, and his yoke from your neck, and the yoke will be broken because of the fat. He has come to Ayath, he has passed through Migron, he at Michmash he stores his baggage. They have crossed over the pass, and at Gebeth they lodged for the night. Rabbit trembles. Gibeah of Saul has fled. Cry loud, O daughter of Galilee, give attention to Laisha. O poor Anathoth, Madmenah is in flight. The inhabitants of Gebeth flee for safety. This very day he will hold at Nob. He will shake his beast at the mount of the daughter of Zion. The hill of Jerusalem, behold, the Lord God of hosts will lop the boughs with terrifying power. The great and high will be hewn down, and the lofty will be brought low. He will cut down the thickets of the forest with an axe, and the banner will fall by the majestic one. Psalm 26. Proverbs 21. A king's heart is a stream of water in the hands of the Lord. He turns it wherever he will. Ever the way of a man is right in his own eyes. But the Lord weighs hard. There is righteousness and justice, and more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. For he is their proud heart to limp the wicked. The path of the children leads shortly to increase, but everyone who is hasty comes to only to poverty. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor and a snare of death. The violence of the wicked will sweep them away, because they refuse to do what is just. The way of the guilty is crooked, but the conduct of the pure is upright. It is better to live in the corner of a house than has shared with a quarrelsome wife. The soul of the wicked desires evil, that his neighbor finds no mercy in his eye. When a scoffer is punished, the simple becomes wise, and when a wise man is punished, he gains knowledge. The righteous one observes the house of the wicked. He throws the wicked down to ruin. Whoever closes his ears to the cry of the poor will himself call out and not be answered. A gift and secret averts anger, and concealed bribe strong wrath. And justice done is joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers. One wonders when the way of good sense will rest in the assembly of the dead. Whoever loves pleasure will be a poor man. He who loves wine and oil will not be rich. The wicked is a ransom for the righteous, and the trader for the upright. He is better to live in a desolate land than with a quarrelsome and fretful woman. Patience, treasure, and oil and a wise man's wealth, but foolish man devours it. Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life, righteousness, and honor. A wise man scares the seed of the mighty, and brings down the stronghold in which they trust. Whoever keeps them in his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Scoffer is the name of the arrogant haughty man who acts with arrogant pride. The desire that slug kills, for his hands refuse to labor. All long day long he craves and craves, but the righteous gives and does not hold back. Sacrifice to the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he brings it with evil intent? A false witness will perish, but the word of a man who hears will endure. A wicked man puts on a bold face, but a upright gives thought to his ways. No wisdom, no understanding, no counsel can avail against the Lord. A horse is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. Psalm 26. Vindicate me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity, and I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Prove me, O Lord, and try me. Test my heart and my mind. For your steadfast love is built from my eyes, and I walk in your faithfulness. I do not sit with men of falsehood, nor do I consult with hypocrites. I hate the assembly of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. I wash my hands in incense and go around your altar, Lord. I declare your thanksgiving in the land, telling all your wonders to you. My Lord, I love the habitation of your house and the place where your glory dwells. Do not sweep my soul away with sinners, nor my life with righteousness, nor my life with bloodthirsty men, in whose hands are evil devices, and in whose hands are full of right hands are full of bribes. But as for me, I shall walk in my integrity. Redeem me and be gracious to me. My foot stands on level ground. In the great assembly, I'll bless the Lord. Now this is done, I shall now do the Lord's Prayer. Raise my hands, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.